Alright guys, what's going on? Hopefully you did good with your assignment. So now I'm just gonna do it, and hopefully you did the same way that I'm about to do. Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do is let me just close this stuff. In the Navbar folder here, I am going to create a new file, and I'm gonna call it logo. Sorry, capital. There you go, logo JSX, and then now in the logo JSX RAFCE to create my logo. Get here and cut that, come to my logo, paste it, yada yada yada, and then now here I am going to logo file, and I'm gonna call it logo file. It doesn't matter what you called it, it's the same, it's fine. And import prop types for prop types, and then down here I am going to create my first prop type, logo file string, blah blah blah. It is a string, that's correct. Well, let's call it src. Logo src. Logo src. Logo source. Yep. Again, it doesn't really matter. Now I changed it there, I must change it here. Save, delete this because I don't need this crap. Save it again. Come over here, and I'm going to import what was it? Logo from logo. Logo from logo. Logo from logo. And I'm going to logo. There you go. Logo src. That is not it. I deleted the file. Alright, let me bring it back. Logo. I'm getting ahead of myself. There you go. PNG. Alright, and now I can, where is it? Where'd I put you? Oh, there you go. And then now I can logo. Hit enter. Ah, still there. Alright, one more to go. No, not one more to go, but a couple more maybe. The main menu. Alright, so I know the main menu is going to use this navigation up here, so I definitely need to make sure that I do this right. So I'm gonna X this, and then in here I'm going to main menu. Now I'm gonna use it as a menu because I don't know if I need to bring this back in here. Yeah, I think I can reuse it down here. This may be a good option for reusable components. We'll see. Let's see. Alright, so now that I have the menu here, I am going to RAFCE, and I'm going to paste it in there. Alright, so I need to export my navigation. Okay, that'll go away. So right now the map is throwing, so a map function is an array function. Because it doesn't understand that this is an array yet, because I haven't specified that it's an array. This is why prop types is good. It's good, it's throwing this map error because it's like, hey, I don't know why you put it in here. I only work with functions. So this doesn't seem like it's a function, so you need to do something about this. That's basically what it's doing. We'll get there eventually. Alright, and then we have these class names here. Now when you do these class names, you need to import a package that compiles class names together, right? That concatenates classes together. I don't really like to use it because it's kind of useless. There is a better way to use this. So here we have an item current, which is also a prop that is being used. So we're going to use this as well. So we're going to call this item is basically from the navigation. Sorry, hang on, I got ahead of myself. So this item current is not really a prop. It's basically item is a current state that is being added to the item, to each item inside the navigation. That's what that is. All right, so what we're going to do is we're gonna get rid of these class names here and get rid of that, and then we're gonna bring all of this into this little tildes. Okay, so when you create these tildes that you see there and at the end here, this makes what I just have in there into a string literal. Okay, and it's great because now you don't have to use class names. So now all of this is considered string, right? But the great thing about string literals is that you can use JavaScript and strings together into one object. Okay, so this is JavaScript right here that it has a ternary function. So I'm gonna break it down like I like to do so that you can understand it. Okay, but here at this point down here, I'll separate it like this. At this point right here, this is actually strings. These are two strings, two classes, but this is a string literal. This is JavaScript. So I need to make sure that this is in its own object, and I'm going to give it a $sign in front of it. So now this $sign works as a string literal, and the value for this is actually supposed to be down here. Alright, let me see if I made this right. Correct. Yeah, that's it. So now what is going I know that was a lot of moving things around, but trust me, that's how it works. So let me break it all down into separate lines so that you understand what I mean. So first of all, I turn everything to an object, and inside the object I make a string literal tildes, and inside the tildes then I specify my mix of JavaScript and regular strings. So now I am saying here, load this string regardless. So this string is going to be loaded regardless of this condition, but concatenate with this string, concatenate either this one or this one. So not both. This one if the item is current, or this one if the item is not current. Okay, there are better ways to do this once we start dealing with the reordering this navigation by using the nav link, but let's just keep it like this for now, just so you can understand how this string literals work. But eventually we're going to redo this and use navlink, which navlink is automatically going to make things make what it's doing right now. All right, so and I'm sorry if you kind of came to a roadblock on this. You probably did. You probably were like, well, come on, Lois, you never taught us this. Why would you tell us do it on your own? So I'm sorry. I wasn't foreseeing this. All right, so everything is fine. We have the added name. So we can close this because all of this right here is just basically depending on what it finds inside this navigation. Okay, the navigation is actually being propped out so that I can catch it. And I'm going to go ahead and save it for now, even though it's going to break because of this map function. But I'm going to come over here and I'm going to bring in my navigation. What is it called? Menu? Yeah. So import menu from menu. And then here, down here in the menu, actually I'm just going to get rid of this stuff here now. I'm gonna bring menu, navigation. All right, breaking. Reason why it's breaking. Let me see. Let me just read this just to make sure. Menu has already been declared. All right. So the reason why it has been is breaking. Oh, okay. Because it's being declared here. This is the menu that is being used down here somewhere. It should have been used somewhere. Oh, right here in the profile drop down. It's being used there. So you're basically having an issue where I created this menu component after a component that is already created or that already exists as part of Tailwind components that you loaded in. So the easiest way to fix this is to fix my own component, naming it something else, and that's it, done. All right, so I'm gonna name this subcomponent. What should I name it? Main menu. There you go. So I name it main menu. Hit enter, and then I'm gonna come over here and Control Tab so I can do both of them. And I'm gonna hit main menu and hit save. Now when I come back to the navbar here, this is main menu. And this is main menu. Main menu. Hit enter and bam, there it is. You see how the menu is still there. And we have this black thing here because what we're doing with the string literals and all that stuff. Yeah, eventually we're gonna fix that up. All right, so that's fine. Now, again, we have to fix this up so the props can work. So we're gonna import prop types from prop types, and then we're gonna set up the main menu. You see how the map thing went away. Because why did it go away? It's because we specified that the navigation right here is an array that has that has this shape, a name, an href, and a current. The name is a string and it's required, an href, which is string, and a current, whatever. Okay. So we can save that and everything works fine. All right, keep this going. Let's keep this going. All right, we don't know if that's going to be a reusable component yet or not until we get down here to where we need to use another menu again. And then this one, the disclosure panel, is going to use the navigation all over again. So we'll figure that out if we need it there. The reason why is because you see how the classes are a little bit different. So this is where it's gonna differ. So let's just keep going. Let's close this off so we don't get confused. And right side, we're gonna leave the right side the way it is right now because we're eventually gonna rework that. All right, let's do this. All right, so the disclosure panel. So I'm just gonna close that, and then in the navbar we're gonna create a new file, and we're gonna call this one a mobile menu mobile menu panel JSX RAFCE, and put it in there, put that in there, and bring this stuff, bar menu, that one, bring this stuff here, get rid of what we don't need. Yep, I don't need that. Okay, cool. Yep, and menu panel, menu navbar. Make sure that we don't have it here. Nope, here, navbar. Yeah, that's right. The disclosure panel, we're gonna get rid of it there. And now we can clear these two. That's good. Save that, and if you save that, you're gonna notice that it's not there any longer. There you go. but we're going to bring it over here, and we're going to do the props, which is going to be navigation. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing with the class names here. So we're gonna get rid of this and get rid of that. We're gonna turn all of this into string literals with that, and then we're gonna say we're gonna bring, okay, and then this one, that is going to be a function thing. What do you call it? A ternary function. So that works. If it's current, do all that. Let's bring this up here so we can read it better. All right, we're good. And then now all I have to do is, let me inline this just so it's, you know, easy to read and less space. All right, let's import import prop types from prop types, and let's go ahead and do all of that. By the way, if you notice that it's a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is kind of like filling itself up, okay, that's because I have Copilot AI included, okay, from GitHub into this. I'm not gonna make a video about putting AI into this because I don't necessarily encourage people who are learning to use AI, because then you're gonna get dependent on it and then you're not gonna learn anything. So don't use Copilot. I'm using it to make myself a little faster so these videos don't get too long, and you can always, I don't expect you to go at my speed. Just pause the video if you have to and type it all up, okay? All right, so we're done here, and then we bring this to the front again, and then now I can bring in mobile menu panel, and here, so I'm gonna replace that for mobile menu panel navigation. Hit enter, and let's see now. Bam, 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 bam. All right, so the classes are a little bit different now. So it's kind of falling in just like this, and the classes are now falling in just like the menu on the top. So that it has to do, I'm pretty sure, with the way that I'm loading things up on the class names right here. So don't worry about this. We're gonna, you know, all of this stuff is going to be worked out eventually. All right, so let me just make sure that I don't need to send anything over. Main menu, okay. All right, ESM block thing. All right, so all of this seems to be working just fine, with the exception of some of the way that the menu is laid out, like down here. That probably needs fixed, but that's a matter of classes, and we're gonna work those classes up in on their own video. So I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Everything else, let's just do a quick recap here, that the mobile menu button is done, and the logo is done with this also, and that's fine. We can leave this wrapper class here, and then the right side, which we are going to work out eventually, only because there's some cleanup we have to do. I don't want to do it on this video. All right, so that's fine. Now, if we're wondering what is this right here with nothing inside, the reason these are called fragments. It's just basically an empty div, or it's a way to fragment your code so that it doesn't parse another div into the code, into the DOM. So let me explain it. if we go here to the Navbar here, right, and we look at these MX Auto right here. So this is right here, and this is the nav right here, BG grade right here. So this is this right here. All right, is this right here, and then you have this div with this mobile menu panel that are down here. Okay, down here, this right here. So this is immediately under this. This is immediately under this. This right here is how I am able to make sure that they do fall right underneath each other without anything else. If I were to actually put this as a div, then it will create a div underneath it, in between them. It will create a div in between them. So anytime that I want to group two things, I make sure that I leave it empty. Now you're probably thinking, why not just get rid of it altogether? It's because when you have a parent with you cannot have two childs without a parent. Right now this is one child, another child. There is no parent to group them together. That's why you need to have these fragments, okay? And then now everything works fine. Sometimes having a div here doesn't hurt it. Sometimes it does. So if you don't need an extra div, don't put an extra div. Okay, always get in the habit of not adding extra HTML if you don't really need it. All right. So now that everything is kind of working, we'll eventually get back to that, but we want to make sure that we do all the stuff first before we get to this, to this. Okay, let's work on all the stuff first. All right, I'll see you guys later.